The recent events have left the world with no words. The Queen of England, whom many loved and cherished, passed away at the age of 96. It will no doubt cause major shifts in the royal family, and some people are left to wonder, how much was the net worth of Queen Elizabeth II, and how much of it will be inherited by her children? There are so many questions, and this video will clear all of it for you. Before we continue, if you're new here, welcome to 1%. Here we talk about facts only, and today we will be talking about the net worth of Queen Elizabeth II. If you are interested in that content, please like and subscribe, as it helps us with our content. Now without further ado, let's get into it. Elizabeth II was the elder daughter of Prince Albert, Duke of York, and his wife Elizabeth Bowes-Lyon. Although she was the daughter of the younger son of King George V, Elizabeth had a little chance of succeeding the throne until Edward III, her uncle, abdicated in Albert's favor. So in 1936, her father became King George VI, which made her heir presumptive. During World War II, she and her sisters spent their time in Balmoral Castle in Scotland for safety purposes. In 1947, Princess Elizabeth went to South Africa with the King and Queen. Upon their return, she was betrothed to a distant cousin, Lieutenant Philip Mountbatten of Royal Navy, the former Prince Philip of Greece and Denmark. Their marriage took place in Westminster Abbey the same year. On that day, the bridegroom was given the title of Duke of Edinburgh, Earl of Merioneth, and Baron of Greenwich by the King. They later had their first child, Prince Charles, who was born on November 14, 1948. In 1951, King George VI was suffering from a serious decline in his health, and so Princess Elizabeth started representing him on various occasions. This helped the princess at that time to show herself capable as heir. A year later, the king died, and after many ceremonies and hardships, she was crowned the Queen of England in 1953. Her tenure was busy in the beginning, going on trips to other countries and setting goodwill with many programs, especially after the impact World War II had left. As we now know, Prince Charles was declared the heir apparent and named the Prince of Wales in 1958. All of Elizabeth's children had the name Windsor. But in 1960, the Queen decided to create Mountbatten Windsor for those children who are not yet styled as Prince or Princess, nor Royal Highness. She became a grandmother in 1977 after the birth of Prince Anne's son. After a long and busy life, Queen Elizabeth was declared the longest-running monarch in British history in 2015, and now became the second longest-running monarch in the world. Queen Elizabeth had a net worth of $500 million in personal assets, but for those who have been watching us, this number may not be as high as others we have covered. The answer is, she was a queen, not a business person. Her interests lied in different places, and the matter of net worth in the royal family is very complex. Same is the case with the Queen's assets and how they will be inherited. The family business that Prince Philip once called it is worth over $28 billion, and much of that is in the empire and distributed in various things. Those numbers are hard to break down, but Queen Elizabeth's personal assets are easier to calculate, as they are included in only art collection, jewelry, real estate holdings, and similar things which are public knowledge. Queen Elizabeth herself inherited almost $70 million from her Queen Mother in 2002, which was on stamp collections, paintings, fine china, horses, and jewelry. And despite being the Queen, she also had to pay taxes, or at least after 1992, when the Windsor Castle was ravaged by fire in 1992. The public rebelled against paying millions of pounds for repairs, to which she agreed to pay from her own income, and paid 70% of it herself. The rest was made as she opened the Buckingham Palace to the public, the admission fees of which would be used for the restoration of Windsor Castle. As for those wondering whether Prince Charles will inherit the $28 billion, no, that's not possible. He cannot directly inherit it, as it includes a state of Scotland, the Crown State, the Duchy of Cornwall and Lancaster, the Buckingham Palace, and Kensington Palaces. But he will receive what was designated to him by Queen Elizabeth, same as how she got it from her mother. The royal family has many sources of income. It depends on each family member. 25% of their income comes from the Crown State, worth over $19 billion, which is divided among the family members. Some come from the Sovereign Grant, which is a government-administered annual lump. It was introduced for monarchs' official duties and involves maintenance of occupied palaces. According to Oprah Daily, the amount from sovereign grant was almost $106 million in 2018-19. In addition, there are also properties and other assets called the Queen's Privy Purse, the records of which date back to the 14th century. It provides private income to Her Majesty from the Duchy of Lancaster. In March 2022, these assets were stated to be $652.8 million, and it delivers a net surplus of $24 million. Similar to that, Duchy of Cornwall's money is paid to Prince Charles, the assets of which range from Oval Cricket Ground to Waitrose distribution centers in Milton Keynes. It is worth over $1.1 billion and paid $23.5 million to Prince Charles in 2021. The wealth of the royal family is considered to be way higher than we have mentioned, because depending on how you estimate it and for which member, it can be different. These things are very complex. Some have been running for centuries, the processes of which are only known to the royal family and their sources. The question of how much Prince Charles will inherit is still not confirmed, as the data is just not yet public on what Queen Elizabeth has left her son. Once some ceremonies have been finished and more information is out, we can update ourselves then. In the meantime, we can only assume, but as the new King of England, Charles III will have a hefty wealth and even more responsibilities. If you want to know more about it in the future, please subscribe and turn on that notification bell so you get notified whenever a video is up. Also, like and share our content so it helps with the algorithm. In the meantime, check out this video on top 10 billionaires who are now broke. If you want something different, you can also check this video on Elon Musk and how he deals with competition. Until next time, stay safe.